Kzeefitness. My name is Kzeefitness, aka Kirsten Zimmerman, and this is a story about how social media made me hate my body. Let's start back at the beginning. Roughly around 4 or 5 years ago, I weighed 235 pounds at 5 feet tall, so I was short and really heavy, and I was close to being morbidly obese. There was a lot of numerous health factors. I could barely walk upstairs. I hated physical activity, so when I would walk upstairs I'd get out of breath. So in junior high and high school, if I could do anything to get out of it, I literally would. I'd make myself doctor's notes. I would say I hurt myself here, I have a stomach ache, I have cramps. Like, I'd come up with anything just to sit down for that 45 to an hour period instead of get up and move. So I was just in a really bad place. I closet ate a lot. I literally, no lie, would eat 3 or 4 cans of ravioli in one sitting. So one sitting was like 5 to 8 minutes for me in the closet when no one was around. And that's just lightly touching on the subject. I'm going to insert a photo here on when I was heavier. And then let's fast forward a little bit. So I got bullied a lot, which is terrible. I hate it, but it happened and it's not like I can go back and reverse it. So I just learned to deal with it and to give individuals ways to deal with it properly instead of diverting their anger or pain to food in a negative way. You know how you always hear that kids are honest and truthful and they're not gonna lie and they have no filter. I was heating up a pizza pop for me and him. He said, "Are you going to eat that?" And I said, "Yeah." Like, what do you think I'm gonna do, stuff it up my butt? No. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat it. And he's like, "I don't know if you should, you're already pretty big." This boy was like 6 years old. Like, just let's keep that in mind. So I was like, holy shit, what? Because I never could see it before. I thought I was fine. A lot of people who are heavier are in denial, which it happens, it's normal. It's a part of growing and developing to be a better person. But for me, that was the switch. I decided to do a lot of research, put myself through nutrition and training. Now, a lot of people can't, and that's why there is online coaches like myself to help people, accomplish goals, learn more about how to train and use proper nutrition to accomplish their goals. But besides the point, I started on my journey. Within the first year, I lost out, I'd say 115 pounds or so. So I got down to being very, very, very tiny, and I'll insert a picture here. Being tiny is good, but being tiny the way I was doing it wasn't. I was on about a 900 calorie diet. I had a shit relationship with food. Like, it was so bad. I'd always be thinking about food. I'd always be thinking about this meal. So at this point, when I was 115 pounds, I always did cardio. I loved it. And then I was like, okay, I'm not really happy because I don't have a butt. And a butt to me is so feminine. Curves are feminine. Clearly there are ways to help your physique with weight training to kind of sculpt it at what you like. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get into booty building. So not bodybuilding, but booty building with the peach. And that's what I did. So I started to continue doing cardio, but not as much. My mistake was when I was doing an hour or 2 of cardio a day and I dropped down to 20 minutes a day, started to gain some weight back. So at the time, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Clearly, with all the education I have now, I understand why it happens and how you should reverse through training or dieting. But anyways, I made a mistake, so I went right into lowering my cardio down and doing weights. Now, like most females, I did not do upper body, which is why my body still lacks right now, I feel, because I've only been into upper body recently hard for the past 2 years. But when I got into weight training, I did glute day every day, and it helped. It got me to a point where I wasn't seeing results anymore. This is just the background story before I can get into why I hate it. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna change it up. Got into bodybuilding. Didn't compete because this is why. So I am on social media. Clearly, I'm gonna put a screenshot of my Instagram on here at Kzeefitness. I think social media is a beautiful tool when it is done properly, but it is also incredibly toxic and really can create hatred for oneself. Like I said, I'm on it. I help people. I'm able to reach people. I'm able to talk to you guys. I'm able to create posts for Instagram, widen my audience, but downfall is social media is so wrapped around this ideal perfect image of looking like Kim Kardashian, looking like Paige Hathaway, looking like Black China. This is the thing now. Had to get myself to a point where I can tell myself it's fake, it's not real, don't believe it, but I still hate my body for it. As much as I tell myself it's not real, it's fake, don't worry, there's always going to be a part of me that sees that shit on social media. Now, I hate it, and I hate those individuals specifically because, one, they Photoshop the crap out of their stuff. Photoshopping, I'm not keen on it, but if you can do it tastefully and you're not completely changing your body, then whatever, then I don't really give a shit. But when it's visibly making yourself to look like this unrealistic perfect person that you aren't, then it really affects how other females look at themselves and picture ourselves and wonder if we're good enough and say our butt isn't this big, our boobs aren't that big. I didn't get my boob job because of that. I got it for myself. My waist isn't that tiny. Photoshop can warp the fuck out of social media. And if you look, it's actually kind of funny because I've come across females on Instagram who I have spotted Photoshop. Spotted. Not that hard. Curved ass walls, all that stuff, and they've got about 200, 300,000 followers. My question is, why the fuck are 300,000 people following someone who photoshops their shit? And it's funny because Paige Hathaway, I have a video on her. If you scroll down, I'll link it or something. How she blocked me for calling her out on Photoshop tastefully, how she alters her body and people don't catch on. It's super frustrating to me because new individuals in the fitness industry who are overweight, too tiny for their liking, etc. look at these followers who have 300, 400, 500,000 followers, a million, and they're like, that's what I want to be like. They don't look at people with 1,000 followers, 2,000. They look at the ones with the biggest following because those are the ones that get pushed the most. I'm not a hatred for a Gymshark, but I am definitely not a fan of them, only because they don't have athletes with diversity. They have one athlete that looks the same with different hair and different eyes and different facial structures, but everything else is pretty much identical to the same athlete. They look very similar and it's very picturesque. They try to pick one picture of perfect. Why not get a chick who has a stomach on her? I'm not saying a huge gut, but like a little bit of tummy and some rolls, and say, this is our new athlete, she's beautiful, we're excited to welcome her, and give that person publicity. I don't understand it. I don't think I ever will either. But seeing all the Photoshop made me hate my body. Because it's unrealistic for me to look that way, but it still eats away at me all the time because I'm like, I can look like that. Then I try to remind myself, no, that's Photoshop, just hurts. And then Photoshop plastic surgery. Now, this is what I'm going to get into. This is a sensitive topic for me. Please, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it all. We have so much hate in the world. None is needed here. Feel free to comment below something nice. I love seeing nice comments. I love spreading positivity. Plastic surgery is an interesting topic. I have my breast done, which I've vlogged. I'll also link below, a year ago. And that was for personal reasons. Like, I really wanted that. Social media didn't affect that. Nothing affected that. And then I'm at this point where I've been on this weight loss journey for 4 or 5 years and I've maintained it, which is huge. A lot of people lose weight, plateau, and then come all the way back up and gain more. And I haven't. I've gained about 25, 30 pounds back, but healthy because I'm living healthy now. My stomach, my back, clearly my arms, but nothing I can do about my arms, are huge insecurities for me. Meaning, I can try so goddamn hard to lose this weight in my stomach and my back, but it takes forever, it just doesn't come off. So I was thinking liposuction, because I have wanted that for a while for my own purposes, because I want to be happier looking in the mirror. I want to be happier and content with the journey I'm on. But then it also makes me think, is it going to lose credibility? Are people not going to want to go to me because I haven't done it 100% natural? But then I also think there's individuals who have been on weight loss journeys who have gotten tummy tuck, boob jobs, liposuction, arm lifts, leg lifts, neck lifts, like everything, and they're still sought after to be wonderful or amazing or successful. And I would never get liposuction or plastic surgery for anyone but myself, but it really makes me wonder how crazy social media is actually when you think of it. I go onto my Instagram, okay, and oh, this is a chick I want you guys to see. Okay, this girl. She says she is all natural, and this is shit I cannot not deal with. You look at her body, how in denial can you be to believe that body is natural on a 20-year-old? It's not. A natural 20-year-old does not have boobs and an ass like that. Like, it drives me nuts, and that's what bothers me. That shit comes up on my feed, and I'm like, I'm the same age, why can't I look like that? Then it makes me think, oh shit, A, B, and C. But then I remember she had plastic surgery and she's just not being open and honest. And social media is such a wonderful but a toxic tool in our world today. It's wonderful in the sense that people can help other people. That is huge for me. That has been my main motto the whole time I've done this Instagram, YouTube thing. I want to help people. That's why I promote online coaching so much, because I know I can make a difference in people's lives. Social media is toxic as hell because people try to be this idea of perfect that isn't going to be attainable for anyone. Like, especially in the fitness industry and the modeling industry, you go and you look and you're like, I want to look like that, or I'm gonna do this odd, unscientifically proven butt workout. It doesn't do shit, guys. It just is a butt workout that is altered to look cooler than generic squats or generic leg press or generic hip thrusts. It really makes no difference. There is a specific way you can train every muscle and to get success, and then these fitspos with millions of followers who can sell lots of programs, because no offense, the general population can't tell A from B, so they buy into it and it doesn't do shit for them. They get one transformation photo, and that photo they use all the time. No, you should have like 5 to 10 solid transformation photos, and then you're maybe a little bit reliable. Ugh. This is just more so a spiel, just to tell you guys to love yourself. I've been struggling so hard with self-love lately. Just body image, being confident in the body I am now, not worrying about where I'm going to be in 5-10 years or a few months from now, or how my body's going to develop with this training or nutrition. It's so hard, but it's so important. And I want to tell you guys that, you know, liposuction is definitely a thought that I've been thinking about. If everyone in the world hated the idea, I would get it, but I really wanted it, I would still get it. So I value my followers' opinions. I value your opinion more than you know. But if it's negative and you're not supportive, I'm not going to value it. The only time I'm going to bash someone for getting plastic surgery is when they're not honest. I'm going to say, be honest. If you have a following and you have plastic surgery or you're photoshopping your shit, be honest, be authentic, be real. That's all. It would make this world so much less toxic looking at Instagram. It boggles my mind, and I hope as years goes on that social media can develop in a better manner. Social media can be looked at as more positive, and social media doesn't put an idea of perfect on a pedestal, that all bodies and all ages and all weights and all heights are perfect. I just think that kind of hypocritical. I hate myself for social media, but I also love social media and what can be done with it. It just needs to be done in a positive manner. If you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And like I said earlier, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it all. There's so much hate in the world. I just want to spread education, positivity, self-love, and just learn to be happy. I love coming on here and talking to you guys through YouTube because I can create content that is authentic and real, and I love sharing with you. And this took a lot of thinking for me to come out and tell you that social media really hasn't made me content with my body. And I'm sure a lot of you watching this can definitely relate with me. But yeah, it was a little difficult. But I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for watching. As always, I love you, and you guys are just such wonderful people. Thanks.